And welcome back in time inside the Stanley. Time to get back to business as you look at the Hawaiian Tel Federal Credit Union starting lineups across your screen. And Taylor Crabb, there you see him from Honolulu, making his second appearance in this arena as a member of the Long Beach State team. The swing goes to Crabb, and he is blocked. And Davis Holt, and what a big boost he can give this team with Nick West out with that injury, Chris.
I agree with what Ryan Suji said in the pregame show, that Davis Holt will not be that much of a drop-off from Nick West. Remember last year, Davis Holt had a tremendous first half of the season.
Absolutely. And also, you heard the other observation, maybe the biggest difference is Brooks Sador back in there, and there's a little dink shot over Sador and Holt. There is the little roll shot from Sador. Back to Crabb, took a bit of a sharp angle. Siki unable to put it in. The amazing thing about Taylor Crabb, Chris, you think about the National Player of the Year, and then you look at him, and he's dwarfed on the court. He's a mere 6 feet, but incredibly dynamic.
Yeah, smallest player, biggest jump.
Yeah.
He's got Jordan type hops, and he hangs up there, looks around, and decides where he wants to go. That's why he hits for such a high percentage all the time, is that he just always seems to make the right shot.
And that's what you do hear about him, exactly what you said, that ability to get in the air and then to decide once airborne where to direct his shot. And Davis Holt getting his first set and coming up a little bit short.
The ball set a little bit low by Joby Ramos. Remember, he's used to setting Nick West in this rotation, so there'll be a little bit of adjustment period here early on.
And only an inch difference. Davis Holt 6'9", Nick West 6'8". They go to Siki, tries that little roll shot. That's the second time Hawaii has tried that unsuccessfully. And there's Kane Take. What a great job he's done. And Sador roofed, and that is big Jeff Orney, the 6'8" middle blocker. 10 blocks already coming in this season. They're only 3 matches in.
Yeah, that was a nice block by Orney. He's averaging a block and a half per set. That leads the team, and he's hitting over 300. He's having a good year so far. 6'8", 191.
Connor Albright, 6'8", 191.
Orney.
Yeah. Orney. I'm thinking, you need a good couple of thick, hearty meals, don't you? And a quick run to get out of the blocks here for Long Beach State as you look at the numbers of Jeff Orney we were talking about. They got a couple of big blockers, including the NCAA reigning blocking champion in Taylor Gregory. Back to serve it is Connor Albright once again. They're going to go to the far side, and there's Brooks Sador dug up by Albright. And off the hands goes Taylor Crabb.
This Long Beach State team just very efficient. Nothing really fancy. Albright, what a great dig by Albright. Sador just banged that one right down the line. And here's Crabb once again, seeing 6 hands across and just hitting high hands, something soft and easy.
Taylor Crabb with 3 straight double-figure kill matches to start this season for the Beach. Another little roll shot swatted down, and there you see that ability to adjust in midair by Taylor Crabb. And very quickly, Charlie Wade needs to adjust. He calls the timeout. All right, back at the Stanley, and very quickly, the Kaiser Permanente keys to the match, Chris.
For Long Beach State, it's the health of their MVP. Not Taylor Crabb, their MVP in the country last year, but Dalton Emmerman, the MVP of the UCSB tournament about 2 weeks ago. And for Hawaii, serve it up and serve it tough. They've got to get Long Beach State out of system if they're going to be successful tonight.
Hawaii trailing 6-1 early, and there's Siki. And that is way up and long, no touch. That is a point for the Beach at 7-1. And so a very quick start for this Road Warrior team. And truly, Long Beach State, we'll talk a little bit later, but they are playing the bulk of their early season on the road, including 4 in a row. These will be matches 3 and 4 tonight and tomorrow. And of course, they're coming off a loss at BYU, and another good swing and another big kill. And it is 8-1, and the crowd here is still settling in, kind of in a state of shock.
Jeff Orney came along very strong at the end of last year, 22 of 31 starts in 2013.
Going to set it up to the far side. Brooks Sador dug up in the back row. And then the swing. And a chance for Hawaii to set something up. Sador with a little roll shot, didn't have a good opportunity, was forced to go at it with the left hand and just kind of swatted it, and it fell down on the Hawaii side of the net.
That was a difficult ball to swing out there on the left side, coming in over his head. It's like Charlie Wade's going to make a little substitution here.
We got a couple of Punahou stars now that are going to be going mano a mano, because that is Kupono Fei entering the game, and of course,
one a freshman, one a senior.
Exactly, both of them leading their buff and blue teams. Taylor Crabb led his team to a couple of back-to-back state championships. And Connor Albright into the net to snap that run. So back to serve it up will be Kupono Fei, the freshman out of Punahou School. And Charlie Wade figures, hey, down 2-9, got to do something. Change it up a little bit. So the serve by Fei. And a good swing right over the middle. That's Jeff Orney. Ornay, excuse me.
Yeah, Ornay's getting some good passes up front. Albright delivers a nice high ball. Albright at 6'4", puts up a nice high set.
Kupono Fei. Nice pass. Sador, okay, that's off the high hands. That's about the first good swing for a kill Hawaii has got all night long.
Yeah, nice back set from Ramos. And Sador, you're right, the block was well formed, so he did the smart thing and hit high hands and hit it hard.
And Davis Holt trickles one over the twine, and it falls in front of a diving Connor Albright for the service ace.
Davis Holt has not played much this year, but what a terrific way to start his serving in 2014.
Well, I was going to say that was service ace number 11 on the year to 36 service errors, make it 37. And back to serve it up is going to be Ornay, 6'8" middle, senior out of Cypress, California. Going right at the freshman, Fei, and that was a little bit of a misconnect. Taylor Averill, not sure if he was the decoy or what he was, but he kind of went flying right past that set.
Yeah, that set was definitely to Taylor Averill, and Joby Ramos is just not connected well on that 31 fast shoot set in the middle. Missed once with Holt and missed once here with Averill.
So Ornay again started all three of Long Beach's matches at middle block, and that serve was out. Ornay back in the middle after playing most of last season at opposite, and this is his more natural and original position to be back in the middle for the Beach, is Brooke Sador, who admittedly struggled last week, and so Charlie Wade went to Hendrik Mole, the freshman out of Norway, who played admirably.
But Sador played well in practice this week to earn his spot back.
And they need him. He's a big component to this team, and Averill off the hands and able to turn it back into the court. And another point for Long Beach State. It'll be 13 serving 5.
Andrew Witt with that kill. He had only one set last year, so he's pretty much a rookie out there, but he's taking Dalton Ammerman's place.
There's Averill, another misconnect. Didn't hit the ball solidly at all. Jace Olsen with a roll shot. Didn't get a good set either to work with. And there is Crabb coming in out of the back row. Olsen again, better swing, better block though on the part of the Beach. And that was Taylor Gregory in there, and as I said, he's a second-team preseason All-American and the reigning NCAA blocking champion.
Yeah, he had a lot of blocks last year. 156, I believe, to be exact.
Another serve into the net. He had, you're right, 156 total blocks, led the nation, 1.47 blocks per set.
Played in the junior national team last summer. And he's playing at the highest level. He's on the national team pipeline.
Feeding the middle, and that ball off of the hands, ricochets off Brooke Sador. And at 15, we'll take a media timeout, but the Beach rolling.
OC Sports, presented on Oceanic Time Warner Cable, is sponsored by Bank of Hawaii, Kaiser Permanente, and Hawaii Honda Dealers.
And back in the Stanley, Hawaii, they got to do a little damage, get on a roll here if they can get themselves back into this first set. A little bit of a miscommunique on the part of the Beach. Opportunity for Hawaii. Kupono Fei with a great swing, but out. out.
Violation, though. Polo got lucky there.
So he'll get credit for that kill. It was a great swing by the freshman. And he just missed, but the net violation, so it'll be 7 serving 15. Well, if we remember, Hawaii got off to a big deficit against Ohio State on the first night of the Outrigger Hotels Invitational and came back. Hawaii, of course, knocking off Penn State and Ohio State before losing in 4 to UCLA. And there's Crabb with that little roll shot. It snuck its way right past the other Punahou player on the court.
Well, in the summertime, you'll find him playing a lot of beach volleyball. And this is one of beach volleyball's favorite shots right here, a little roller. Ponafé not able to get there, but Crabb hits the ball so hard and goes over the block so often that the back row basically gets stuck. It's that wide defense.
And a good swing that time by Sador. And you were talking, Chris, about the disparity in that first time out in hitting. The percentages were kind of off the charts in both directions.
Long Beach hitting plus 400, Hawaii hitting negative 400. Not
Right.
not good numbers for Hawaii. Great numbers for Long Beach State.
Hawaii is now up to negative 222, but Long Beach State is up to 500. So still a huge disparity in that category. And again, Crabb with that changeup and that ability to go up there and cock that shoulder back and look like he's going to fire it. And then like a pitcher on the mound, got a 90-mile-per-hour fastball, can pull that string, and everybody looks goofy.
Yeah, and you know what's going to happen now. So Hawaii's going to start crowding up to the net to make sure that tip shot doesn't drop, and then he's going to start hammering it into the back row. You watch him.
Crabb with 3 kills already, 1 hitting error. And at 17, serving 8. Well, the MPSF opener for Hawaii, as I said, for the beach. They lost at BYU as Taylor Holt gets roofed in the middle. And so far, everything going the way of the team in black. And so Charlie Wade is going to call another timeout. And at this point, Chris, well, they need something huge to turn the tide.
Well, basically, Hawaii's being outplayed in every area. They're being outblocked 5-1. They're being outdug. They're being hit. And I think they're not being out-aced, though. Hawaii's got 1 ace to Long Beach State's 0, but the big number is the hitting percentage. Long Beach State hitting .538, Hawaii negative .263.
Well, I want to talk about the series record, sponsored by Aston Hotels and Resorts. I told you at the beginning of the broadcast, probably worth sticking around to see this number. Well, look at that. They are tied at 37 matches apiece. Long Beach State in the last meeting sweeping Hawaii. But if you look at this all-time series in Honolulu, University of Hawaii leads that 20-14. Let's go to Orion Suji now with more.
Thanks, Dash. Well, head coach Charlie Wade giving a very passionate speech during the timeout, saying this is where we have to grapple, guys. We've got to battle back. We've got to get into some kind of rhythm. He wants Joby Ramos to settle down, get into a little bit of a rhythm, and he wants his outside hitters to hit smarter. He's saying we're hitting right into the block. We have to go for the high hands. We have to play smarter, and we need to battle starting now. Back to you guys.
All righty, Ryan, thank you very much. Ryan Kalei-Suji, always quick with the observation and that ability to stealth-like it in there and eavesdrop on the huddles.
Now, Hawaii's certainly not off to the best start, but a lot of credit's got to go to Long Beach State. They've been sharper than that blocking. Connor Albright had a long serving run last time he was back there at the server's box. He's back up there again. This obviously is a good rotation for Long Beach State to score points.
And not unsimilar to what happened against UCLA when the Bruins hit 393 and 483 in the final 2 sets last week. They were probably going to beat any team in the nation playing that well in those 2 particular sets.
And I don't think Long Beach State can keep up the 5:38 pace right now.
Yeah.
But they don't need to finish up this set, that's for sure.
With a healthy lead, 18-9. Kupono Fei with a service ace.
This is what Hawaii needs right now. It's a little bit of momentum going into the second set. To win this set, it's going to take a miracle of sorts. But to play well toward the end of this set and gain some momentum for the second set is very important.
First collegiate ace for Kupono. Nice job of digging that one by Kanetake, and Fei out of the back row blocked. and then dinked around a couple of times. Kanetake tried to kick it back over the net. Just couldn't stretch his leg out long enough.
That's a great swing out of the back row, hitting that bick. The back row quick. Andrew Witt. Witt is the one who's taken the place of Dalton Ammerman.
So Crabb, who you would understand will be a first-team preseason All-America, serving. And there's the Hawaii block. Crabb puts it up, but it's a double hit called on him. And Hawaii with a nice play at the net. Davis Holt out. Johan Timmer will come in to serve, and that was Davis Holt who made that big stand there at the net. So the 6'9" junior out of Maryknoll School here in Honolulu. And there's Johan Timmer from down under. Auckland, New Zealand. And that serve into the net. Not sure what the weather's like in Auckland, but boy, I know it's hot in much of Australia right now. If you're following, watching the Australian Open tennis, they had to stop some of the matches, right? It was 125 plus on the court.
They have an extreme weather condition where they shut down all those outside courts. Yeah, pretty tough.
And meanwhile, Long Beach State here in Hawaii, it's probably hotter in Long Beach today than it is here. They're having those crazy Santa Ana winds. If you've grown up or lived in the Southern California area, the normal jet stream, the flow comes off the ocean. Well, when it's backwards, you get the Santa Anas that come out of the dry, hot desert. And they're experiencing 85, 88, 90-degree days right now along the beaches in Southern California. So crazy weather.
I think we have probably have some Long Beach State fans watching right now. On the internet.
Aloha to all of them. Thanks for tuning in and watching. Your team looking good here in the first set, up 20-12, and back to serve for the Rainbow Warriors, Brooks Adore. Nice job by putting that serve up and a big swing.
Taylor Crabb again.
By you know who.
Long Beach State set, I think Alan might have told me this afternoon that they set this big, the back row quick, 450 times last year or something, some huge number, at least as many as any other team in the league, and they're very successful. They hit 410 out of the back row.
And Hawaii now with the free ball, opportunity to set it up. Into the match, by the way, setting is Franciscovic. There he is, flying out of the back row, Taylor Crabb. And you know, the funny thing about it, Chris, if you didn't know better and you walked out, and the 12 players that are on the court right now, if they were on the beach and you said, okay, you're a captain, pick sides, he'd probably be about, I don't know what, the 10th guy picked out of 12? Just looking at him, just not imposing at all, but such incredible ability. And there's Jace Olsen.
Jay's trying to get track. He sees that big block out there. The Long Beach State block really moving quickly tonight, antenna to antenna. I'm very impressed with how well they move and how in unison they move.
Olsen with the high toss, came off a career-type match against his old school, Penn State, in night 2 of the Outrigger Invitational. And Fay, tough set. Oh, Crabb with the diving dig in the back row on a ball that might have gone out, keeping it alive. Kanetake. And then the set to the far side. Fay is going to get credit for the kill.
Long Beach State plays some pretty good defense to keep that rally alive, but Kapono Fay gets the last say. It's Taylor Crabb bringing that ball up, keeping the rally alive.
And Olsen again with a great serve and a good pass by Andrew Witt. And then Witt is roofed by Taylor Averill. Well, this is what you were talking about. Even if they're not going to be able to make a rally and come back and take this set, just to gain a little bit of momentum, a little bit of confidence here at the end of this first set will be big going forward.
Jace Olsen just ripped that last serve. The young man out of Miracosta, California. Maybe his best serve of the year.
Another good serve, passed by Crabb, and then delivered by Taylor Gregory.
Taylor Gregory, just a sophomore, but a second-team preseason All-American pick. That means a lot of people out there think he's pretty special.
And that serve's going to be out. For just dialing on by, it was a very quick start, a 9-1 start by Long Beach State. Siki Zarkovic missed on his first 2 swings. Kapono-Fei came in, and then also Jennings Franciskovic, the freshman out of Westlake, California, in the setting position. So Ramos and Siki both sitting down and watching this first set. Also Nick West broke a pinky on his non-hitting hand earlier in practice this week, so he is out. Davis Holt is in, so a little bit of a different look for the men here on this Thursday night in Manoa.
Charlie Wade's already played 10 guys trying to push the right button, get the right lineup in there.
And here on set point, it'll be Taylor Gregory serving for Long Beach State. Jace Olson with the pass. They're going to go to the near side. Brooks Sador hangs up there, and he showed a little bit of ability to kind of just find that neutral area where you could just somehow suspended animation where you could look around and find the spot. It's pretty impressive when you actually watch some of these guys do what they do, Chris.
You gotta like the way these guys haven't given up. They were down 9-1, 18-8. It was not looking good. They could have folded up the tents and just gone on to the second set, but instead they've battled, come back, and they got them. Now they're only hitting negative 148. Credit a lot of that to Long Beach State's defense.
Franciskovic with the serve, and then a little push over the net. Overpass, and Taylor Crabb takes care of business, and that is the end of the first set. So Long Beach State jumps out of the blocks early. They never look back, and they take the first set by a score of 25-17. So we will switch sides and take a break and come back. Set 2, watching UH Men's Volleyball on OC Sports. All right, back with a look at our Jack Fact, and it is prospecting for gold on the road. Talked about the fact that these guys really are the road warriors. Look at this, Chris. Long Beach State will play 9 of their first 11 matches of the season on the road. Just 2 home matches in the first 45 days of the season. That's more than just a scheduling quirk.
That's the bad news. The good news is they'll have a lot of home matches later on in the back half of the season when it really gets to be crunch time. They'll be playing at the Pyramid, which is a very difficult place to play, and they'll be happy to be there. Let's take a look at some highlights. Taylor Crabb, 6 kills, only 1 error, hitting 500. And he got it in all kinds of shots. Soft shots, he got the bick out of the back row. Another bick out of the back row. Even with 3 blockers up, he finds a way to get around it. And Long Beach State's blocking 6.5 block to Hawaii's 3. Long Beach State has dominated at the net. Gregory has been very tough up there, as Ornay was very good as well. 1 block after another, really frustrated Hawaii attackers, and hence Hawaii hit negative 107 in the first set. Long Beach State hit 435. The only area in which Hawaii had a chance against Long Beach State was in aces. Hawaii had 2, Long Beach State had none.
And Hawaii will start the second set with the same lineup that they had. And that is with Kapono-Fei in there. Siki Zarkovic, for the moment, is on the bench. And in the setter position, again, it is Jennings Franciskovic. And there for Joey Ramos.
2 pretty major changes. Ramos, has been the center for the last year and all of this year. And all of a sudden now Jennings is getting a good shot to come in and give a different flow to this team, different look. And Kapono-Fei, who would think that the freshman would be starting over the international veteran, Siki Zarkovic.
And Ramos is coming off an incredible performance in that outrigger tournament. The Warriors hit only 350 as a team twice all last season. Well, this year behind Ramos, they've already hit 350 or better twice in 3 matches. 360 against Ohio State, 350 against Penn State. So certainly Joby Ramos was one of the very, very brightest spots of that Outrigger Invitational. And right now,
he's on the bench.
He's on the bench, on the outside looking in. So here's Brooks Sador as we get this second set underway. Boy, that ball was really thrown up there into the rafters. High toss, but service error into the net.
He's tossing it up in the Costas Theoharides atmosphere. That's a way high toss. He doesn't usually toss it that high, as a matter of fact.
No, that one definitely had a little bit of extra something on it. There's a good swing by Taylor Averill. Dug up, however, and out of the back row. Good swing, but a better block, and the roof put up by Taylor Averill, and Jace Olson was also in there to get the assist.
Nice dig by Andrew Sato to keep that play alive. And there's the triple block for Hawaii. They're getting in on the block party that Long Beach State is hosting.
Olsen back to serve it up for Hawaii. And goes for that far corner and serves out.
Leading the way for Long Beach State Diggs right now is Andrew Sato. He's got 4. Crab's got 3.
And there's a service ace. As Kanetake unable to take the heater delivered by Punahou star, now Long Beach State All-American Taylor Crabb. Crabb back to serve it up again. This time takes a little something off. There's that changeup, and that's another service ace as that ball just died right in front of Brooks Adore. You're starting to see why this guy in Taylor Crabb was the National Player of the Year.
Yeah, he can do it all. Serve, dig, get out of the back row. Pretty good blocker. Great passer.
And there's Fay, and Fay is blocked. That is Ian Satterfield, who came into this match with 6 blocks, 1 solo roof. Got pretty much all of that one right there.
Satterfield got hurt at Christmas time last year, was sat out most of the first part of the season, and came on near the end. 10 of the last 13 matches he started. So he's very happy to be playing at the beginning of this year after earning a spot last year.
After the service error, Hawaii will serve it, trailing 2-5, 2 serving 5, and Averill with that little float serve. They're going to set it up to the near side, and there's that big swing again by Satterfield. Came into this match hitting .232 on the season, 24 kills, and already tonight, well, that's just his first, so 25 total.
2-time All-CIF player. USA Youth National Team. They got gold in Norseka a couple years back.
Fay with a pass right at the net, little joust. Franciskovic comes down with it. Sador with a good swing, dug up by Crabb, and then the ball put down, and there it is. He's not swinging. Taylor Crabb is beating you defensively. What a great dig.
That was a tremendous dig. That ball was hit very hard by Sador, and Crabb got down low, popped it up, kept it on his own side of the net. In fact, it was a perfect pass. They ran a play off the dig.
Biggest lead of the second set, +5. Kupono Fay off the block and down, and so Fay gets himself another kill. That is kill number 3 for Kupono. If you need tickets to an upcoming University of Hawaii sporting event, visit hawaiiathletics.com or call 944-2697 or visit the box office here at the Stan Sheriff Center. 3 easy ways to get your seats for exciting University of Hawaii sports action. That float serve is going to float out of there. That's going to be long. Franciskovic put a little bit too much on it, and it's now 8 serving 3. Long Beach State taking the first set 25-17 and creating a lot of separation already here in the early going of set number 2. Sador, after a misconnect on the first opportunity, Hawaii got another chance, and Sador made sure not to let opportunity number 2 get away.
Nice patience by the Warriors that time, not getting frustrated by that Long Beach State block that seems to be everywhere.
And that ball is in, another good swing. Long Beach State.
Not sure,
another point.
I'm not sure of the wisdom of the servers right now by Hawaii to keep giving Taylor Crabb opportunities. I think they're probably trying to stay away from him, but he's probably hogging some court, taking more than he should, because he is really a good passer.
Andrew Witt with the serve, and then the back set to Sador and his roof. And that is Taylor Crabb, and he was teaming up back in there with Taylor Gregory, and that twosome just stuffed
This is
the Brooks endorsement.
Call this Taylor squared. Actually, Taylor Gregory just closed at the last minute, but basically it was a block solo by Taylor Crabb.
This time Davis Holton, he is blocked, and that's Gregory. And a timeout going to be called by Charlie Way. 11-4, the score here in the second set. Alrighty, back inside the stand, Sheriff Center inside the numbers presented by Burger King, and the number's 5.09. That is kills per set for Taylor Crabb, which is second in the NPSF. I mean, those are just remarkable numbers, especially when you consider the hitting percentage that goes along with those numbers, Chris.
And first place in the NPSF is another local boy, Josh Taylor.
Right.
So,
Pepperdine.
Yep, Hawaii players dominating the top part of the NPSF kill chart.
Taylor Crabb coming into this match hitting .407 on the season. Season being like Hawaii 3 matches. Brooks Sador off the touch and out, gets the kill.
The .407 is just extraordinary. You expect to see that out of your middle attackers who generally hit for higher numbers in the 400s, high threes, low fours. But your outside hitters in this league normally hit 290. Maybe a little over 300, but not 409.
In that time, Crabb, you could hardly fault him. You can't even say he made a mistake because it wasn't. The ball was set at about his waist, and he really had nowhere to go with it. So Davis Holt to serve it up, and a good diving effort to put the pass up, and Crabb goes cross court, ricocheted around, and nobody's going to get there. So Crabb is going to get credit for another kill. That'll be number 7 on the night. He's coming off a season-high 22 kills in a losing effort last week at BYU, and as a result of that loss, they were number 1 in the country, was Long Beach State, and they dropped to 4. Hawaii, conversely, moved up 4 spots from 14 to 10 on the strength of their Outrigger Invitational performance. So 2 teams who moved 4 notches in opposite directions. Back set to Sador, little roll shot, and a nice job of getting up and covering that by Taylor Gregory. This time they go back to Sador, puts a little heat on it, and manages to get it down through the block. Earlier you commented to me, I think we were in a timeout, that it's almost as if Long Beach State knows what Hawaii's going to do, and they're just covering the court wonderfully.
We got to credit the Long Beach State staff for scouting Hawaii well, watching those films. I know Hawaii coaches did the same thing to Long Beach State, but seems like Long Beach State blockers know where every Hawaii hitter is attacking, what their tendencies are.
And a great serve by Brooks Sador earns himself the service ace.
Not very often does Andrew Sato get aced. He's their libero. He's a good one. He comes from the volleyball DNA. His Uncle Eric had a gold medal in '88. His Aunt Leanne had a bronze in '92.
Wow.
His dad, Gary's the Japanese national men's team coach.
Again, good swing. Put out of the back row this time, it's in center field. Of course, head coach Alan Knipe, he's got a little bit of international experience too, coaching Team USA.
The last quad.
Led Team USA to the quarterfinals at the 2012 Olympic Games in London. In '08, coached the U.S. men's team at the Pan American Cup in Winnipeg. Helped the team win the gold, defeating Canada 3-1.
And in college, he's had 2 Final Fours, 1 MPSF title, 4 MPSF finals, 2004 and 2008 National Coach of the Year.
There's Crabb. Good hands by Olsen to keep it alive. Kupono Fei gets the set, tips it off the defender, but that's going to be out. And so Fei will get credit for the kill.
Kupono Fei, I think, getting more action than he expected. There's his mom, Shelly.
Self up on the big screen.
Don't know where hubby Kyle is right now, but Shelly obviously very happy. There she is. She gets 2 notches there. 2 nods. Daughter Keaopono Fei, also a great basketball player and volleyball player.
A good swing over the middle. Quick set to Connor Albright. And a timeout as Long Beach State gets first to 15. They lead at 15-10, up 1 set to none.
Visit Big Island Candy's flagship in Hilo and now open at Ala Moana Center, mall level, Macy's Way.
Back to live action inside the stand, Sheriff Center. Taylor Crabb serving it up. There's Taylor Averill over the middle with a quick save. Able to put it down. Crabb out of the back row, and he is blocked. So Hawaii returning the favor. And coming up with the big roof at the net.
Good help in the middle there. All three blockers alert that Crabb would probably be hitting that back row attack. Crabb's gotten 14 of Long Beach State's 33 sets.
And Averill with the float serve. Put a little more heat on that one. And a big swing by Ornay. And Ornay picks up kill number 4. He's now hitting 500 on the night. And back to serve it is going to be Eric Ensing, a freshman out of Valencia, California, making his first appearance in the match. Sador flying in, gets blocked. Kanetake gets it over the net. And going cross court, putting that right in front of Brooke Sador is Ian Satterfield. And Satterfield with his 3rd kill.
Satterfield's arm really looked good this week and looks even more alive tonight. He's hitting with a lot of heat and good range.
Another good serve for the freshman off the bench, and another kill for Kupono Fei. That is kill number 5. As he hits it off the high hands, and Hawaii will be serving 12-17.
Fei with 5 kills, 1 behind Sador. Long Beach State Crabb with 7. Ornay and Gregory with 4 apiece.
Diving effort by Kanetake, but Jace Olsen unable to get there. So Charlie Wada was forced to shuffle from the beginning with the injury to Nick West. And then the way that first set developed, Chris, he really started to pull a couple of different cards out of the deck and try to work with it. And we're still seeing that in Kupono Fei and Jennings Franciscovic at center. Jace Olsen with a nice play just to keep that one alive. That was a pretty excellent play by Hawaii, and it all started with that service return.
So basically half of Hawaii's lineup is brand new. It's not the same team we saw last week in the Outrigger Classic.
And now Siki Zarkovic is going to come back into the game, replacing Kupono Fei, who gets a nice hand from the local crowd, and deservedly so.
Finally, Hawaii just got over the 0-0-0 kill percentage. They've now got 13 kills and 12 errors.
And Siki comes in and serves into the net. He'd been sitting out since about the mid portion of the first set, so tough position to have to come in, but he puts it into the net. It'll be 19 serving 13 as Andrew Witt goes back, the high toss and the serve, and that is out. So back and forth service errors. And Hawaii needs to try to roll together some natural points, and Johan Timmer is going to come in now, the Hawaii serving specialist.
Didn't have a good swing his first time around. My guess is he will correct that. He rarely makes the same mistake twice.
Kind of Brooke Sador-like, huh? The way he stretches that arm out. Now the toss, and there's a not so much of a heater, but good serve. And a chance for Hawaii right here. Franciscovic going to go to Jace Olsen. He's blocked. Timber keeps it alive. Back to Olsen, off the hands and down, and Hawaii gets the point.
Olsen had literally no run up here. One step back, when he's at one step close, and that's it. He challenged the block and got the rat-a-tat ping pong job out of that.
Well, Timmer is probably the right guy to be serving here. He's been known to string together points by the bunches. And that one's off of the touch. Jace Olsen and Taylor Averill went up. One of them nicked it. And the point for Long Beach State, and they are first to 20. They lead it 20-15.
Ian Satterfield looks really good right now. That ball is about the 10-foot line, maybe 11-foot line. The opposites like to have their set around the 7 or 8-foot line so they can jump more close to the net. but Satterfield's ripping away from well behind that 3-meter line.
Averill got a good set that time, and Taylor puts it down and picks up his first kill of this match.
Hawaii's passing has not been good enough to go to the middles very often or give them very good sets. Sometimes Ramos was having to set the ball from off the net too much to get to the middles. Hawaii's passing seems to be settling down just a little bit.
Sador with another service error. And Hawaii with now 7 service errors to go 3 aces. Long Beach State 9 service errors, also with 3 aces. And here's Connor Albright. Again, quick set. And there you go. You get the good pass from Kanetake. Franciskovic with the perfect set. And Averill with the winner.
Averill and Davis Holt can get hot at all. It's really going to open up the antennas, the antenna attackers quite a bit, because Long Beach State's blocks has been really, really lined up on Hawaii's pin hitters.
Good serve by Olsen. And the cross-court swing, is it in? It is. Taylor Crabb, and we were right behind that. And that was like a pitcher who breaks off a little slider. That thing was flying at probably about 70 miles per hour. It broke about 1.5 feet and just bit down inside that far line. Great angle that we had. And there's Sador with the booming swing. Crabb with the dig, goes over the net. Chance for Hawaii. Sador again, and this time Crabb unable to handle it.
So there's the middle attacker, Averill. He got the last couple of kills, so their outside blocker was helping in the middle, thinking that the set was going to again go to Averill, and instead it did not with Sador. Sador finds himself with no blockers.
And back to serve it for Hawaii. Hendrik Mole came in and got a lot of playing time. And that outrigger tournament, he comes in and delivers the service ace. And Hawaii is back within 3. Biggest lead for Long Beach State in this set was 8. And so Hawaii has made up some significant real estate here, but they still have some ground to cover. Mole again with the serve. Gonna set it up. And the near side, Kanetake, what a great dig. And then Siki off the block, and Hawaii is back within 2.
Colby Kanetake, but he just hangs in there. He just, no deflection off the block. He just takes a straight shot and pops it up. Boy, has he improved in the last year.
Trailing by as many as 8. Now Hawaii within 2, and a timeout is called by Long Beach State.
Smart call by Alan Knipe. He does not want to have this Warrior team that's on a run right now get any closer than 2 points. This next side out play, very important call.
A lot of heart being shown by the University of Hawaii here. And let's go to our Ryan Kalei-Suji with more. Ryan.
Well, guys, both coaching staffs working extremely hard for the Long Beach State sideline. Assistant coach Tyler Hildebrand, who was a great setter in his own time at Long Beach State, really taking time to talk to the Long Beach State blockers about the hitting tendencies of Hawaii. He has everything mapped out and is spending a lot of time talking to his middle blockers about reading Hawaii's hitters. Now on the Hawaii sideline, Hawaii coach is also doing something different. They've actually inserted Kobe Kanetake in for Brooks Sador. Normally Kanetake plays for just the middles, but because Mole is inserted as a serving specialist, they're looking to use him in the back row. They pulled Sador out, and Kanetake is now playing for the right back position. So Hawaii doing all that they can to keep their hopes alive here in set number 2. Back to you.
Interesting, Ryan. Thank you very much. With this break in the action, let's take a look at the Mid-Pacific Petroleum leaderboard. And we're talking about MPSF team kills and Long Beach State. They are up there number 1. You see kills per set, and the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors not far behind in the number 4 spot.
And there's that SC Trojan team in number 2. They just pulled off the big upset on Tuesday when they knocked off defending national champions UC Irvine at USC in 5. Tremendous game. Trojans are one of those sleeper teams right now.
And right now, all eyes on Hendrik Moll of Norway. Another good serve. And that one, Siki a little bit late in getting over there to cover the block, and Ian Satterfield gets credit for another kill. Back to serve it up is going to be Jeff Ornay.
Satterfield yet to make an error, 5 kills, hitting 625. Those are monster numbers for an opposite.
Hawaii needs a side out. Ball nearly misplayed by Siki. Tries the roll shot up against a triple block. They're going to go back to him. He goes high off the hands, but back there is Crowd to put it up. And once again, they feed on the near side Satterfield, and it is set point for Long Beach State. So Hawaii came back, rallied within 2, and then out of the timeout, the Beach reel off 2 of their own.
Charlie Wade's got 1 timeout left. Looks like he is going to not use it here.
So Ornay serving for set number 2. And a 2-0 advantage for the Beach. There's Siki. Try to just throw it down. And again, it is Satterfield. Chance for Hawaii. Here's Siki. And he is blocked. That is down, and the second set goes to the 49ers of Long Beach State. So that takes us to intermission. Hawaii showing some heart in the second set, but all that matters, set scores. It's 2-0 Long Beach State. We'll be back with the intermission crew in position. So Edgar Palos also in there for Long Beach State. First swing to Kaponofe, unable to put it down. Crowd rolls it over. And a quick throw down by Joby Ramos. Nice job of just taking the set and jamming it right down there onto the court. And the first point, in fact, this is the first lead all night for Hawaii.
So they did not have good starts in either the first or second set.
And this time a good block by Hawaii. There's Crab, and Kuponofe puts it up at the net. Not a good rotation for Hawaii in terms of the set and the recovery. And then now it's going to be, I believe, a net violation against Hawaii.
Rick Sador that time to hung up in the net. You'll stop Taylor Crab or dig him once, but you rarely dig him twice in a row or block him.
Connor Albright back to serve it up. We are even at 1 all here in the third set. Long Beach taking the first 2, 25-17 and 20. Hawaii rallied back down by 8. They pulled within as many as 2 before falling short. And back the other way. Nice job of Ornay kind of returning the favor for that Joby Ramos dunk. He dunked one of his own.
Ornay just comes out of nowhere and this ball close to the net. He was going to be attacking it if there was a setter there, so since there's no setter there, might as well attack it anyway. Yeah. He had his mind made up.
Did a pretty good job of it. Albright once again on the serve. Put up by Olsen. Ramos to Frey. Unable to put it down. Back set. And that one is in. That is Ian Satterfield.
And Satterfield continues his winning ways. His 7th kill, no errors. Hitting a mere 700, 636.
For the match, Long Beach State hitting 469 and Hawaii 098. And there's Kuponofe, and that's off the linesman out. And so Hawaii takes the first point, and the Beach rallies back and gets 4 straight. Hawaii kind of finds itself in that same predicament it found itself in sets number 1 and 2. An early hole forced to climb out of. Albright serving for the 5th time in a row. Good swing by Sador, but deflected and an opportunity. And Anife Thomas keeps it alive, almost gets the point. Good quick hands by Long Beach. And then Sador. Boy, he just kind of had a look in his eyes that time.
Boy, Anife Thomas gave Hawaii a nice little different look there as the hanging block goes down his left hand, swats it down, but put a nice pop up there by Connor Albright.
And Sador, when he went up, kind of looked into his eyes. He wasn't going to be denied that time. Hawaii gets the point. It'll be 2 serving 4. Kupono Fei back in there. And he's had a pretty good night for Hawaii.
I'll tell you who's had a good night, too, from the service line very quietly. Connor Albright, he served 15 times tonight, maybe 16 by now. Every time he goes back to serve, Long Beach State seems to score.
The service error. Hawaii has used 12 players tonight. Long Beach State has used 8.
Notice Long Beach State is holding Dalton Emmerman, their star player, out of this match, it looks like.
Overpass, and it costs Hawaii a point. Kanetake, normally so reliable that time that serve came in with a little bit of heat on it from Crab. And the overpass results in a beach point. This time, Manefre Thomas gets the set. And a little bit of celebration on his part. And why not? He's waited a long time for an opportunity to get into the match. He practices hard, shows up every day, and you want to take advantage of your opportunities.
He's a star at Long Beach City College. Chased a couple of years, paid his dues last year.
Off the block, and Joby Ramos unable to track it down. And Efrain Thomas and Kupono Fei both kind of went for that ball and kind of bounced sideways off the two of them. Orne back to serve it with his team leading 7-3. Set back to Jace Olsen, goes cross court and just out.
Net violation, though, on Taylor Gregory.
And so Hawaii will get the point.
Jace Olsen gets the kill. And Hawaii staying closer this set than they did the first 2 sets, where they got Long Beach State out to large early leads.
Brixador again with that high toss. Great serve and a nice job of getting that up by Andrew Sato. Fei chases it down. Kanetake puts it over with 2 hands and pushes it well long.
He was trying desperately to keep that ball in play. A little bit too much adrenaline.
So Ian Satterfield will serve it.
I agree with what Kevin Wong said at the intermission. This probably is the #1 team in the country we're watching right now. They're playing so efficiently. They're mad that they lost last week. BYU might have awoken the sleeping giant.
They were #1, and yeah, they suffered their first defeat.
They won the Santa Barbara tournament. They're basically undefeated.
And that serve into the net. A 3-1 loss to then #9 BYU in front of a crowd of 2,992 at the Smithfield House. Never an easy place to play.
Place. Very tough place to win. Tough crowd, playing at elevation. But this to me is I think the odds-on favorite to win it all. Ironically, Hawaii starts with this team in conference, and at the end of the year, they finish with BYU here at home. So, and sandwiched in between, a bunch of other
great teams.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yes, only the best teams in the country, week in and week out.
No dull night in the NPSF, trust me.
6 serving 9. Taylor Averill back to serve it up for Hawaii. There's that slow motion floater. And Crab just delivering the hammer for his 10th kill. And the first player on either team to get into double figures.
Boy, he just elevates on this. The block looks like it's well formed. Yeah, block is right there. He sees the opening cross court. He's got such range, and he's got such what they call a wide fan. He can hit 4 to 4, which is area 4 to area 4 inside the 3-meter line. He can also rip it down the line. He can go high, deep to the corner. He's got all the shots. Almost impossible to scout him.
Oh, Kanetake. I'm not sure what happened. I think he just kind of had his shoe stuck on the ground and fell over and just got a piece of it. But it doesn't matter, service ace.
And give credit to Taylor Gregory. That was a tough serve. That was a line drive bullet floater. Tough to pass.
And here comes Gregory again. Goes right at Kanetake. Good pass that time. And Sador delivers the hammer. And that is #9 for Brooks Sador.
Sador comes up screaming, trying to ignite his team, get some enthusiasm going.
Ramos with a good serve. Back set. Good job. Ramos chases it down. Kanetaki's got to get it over the net, and he does. And then, is that going to be a net violation on Hawaii? It is.
Brooks Sador. What a play, though, by Joby Ramos. Watch Joby Ramos sprint after the ball, take his right hand, pop it up really high, way above the scoreboard, and then Kanetaki bumped it over. Wow.
Olsen struggled to put that one up. Kupono-Fei goes wide, a ball that probably would have been well out, but touched, and Kupono-Fei will be credited with kill number 6.
I think Connor Albright touched that ball because he thought there might have been a touch on the block.
Which is why he went for it on the back row. That was right, Albright.
Albright, another one with preseason All-American second-team honors this year. Last year he was a second-team All-American. Just played on the youth national team, the junior national team. He was a Fab 50 when he was in high school. And he's number 6 in career assists for Long Beach State.
So a little wiping up of the floor here. That duty completed, and now it's 9 serving, or rather 8 serving, 12. And there's Fei. Over the middle, a misconnect. Turns out to be an opportunity for Hawaii. And now advantage Long Beach State. Back the other way. Quick set over the middle. Fei with a good swing at it and able to put it down. And not the hardest hit, but Ian Satterfield ends it. And Satterfield with kill number 9.
Well, you won't see Long Beach State make too many hitting errors. This is a good example. High set. Satterfield knows the block is well formed. 6 hands across. He just loops it into the back row. Again, he is still errorless.
And Sador, he's now in double figures with 10 kills.
Good swing by Brooks Sador. Saw that line open.
Nifre Thomas serving for Hawaii. And out of the back row, oh my goodness. Taylor Crabb.
And he's so effortless. Doesn't bother celebrating. It's almost like, yeah, I do this all the time. We'll just go back and do it again. And he takes up, and the block is coming down as he is going up. That's a well-executed big play, or a back row quick.
14 serving 9. Averill unable to put it down. Overpass. Sador.
So Hawaii managing to stay within 4 with this overpass attack by Sador.
Hawaii needs a little bit of that second set magic as Brooks Sador goes a little Harlem Globetrotter out there. You know, it's not easy to spin a volleyball. It's much smaller than a basketball. I can do that with the basketball. I tried last week with the volleyball, didn't work out so well.
You're a baseball player. How about a baseball?
Yeah, forget. Right. I could juggle 3 baseballs. Sador staring down that ball, and the high toss and into the net. 10th service error. And Long Beach State with 15 will take immediate timeout. They're up by 5. Already back with the Fujitsu air conditioning cool play of the match.
It was a real cool play. Watch Washington's, or Long Beach State's middle attacker goes right at the center, and right on top of him comes Taylor Crabb. That's the big run to perfection.
15 serving 10. Long Beach State trying to complete a 3 straight set sweep. Hawaii trying to prevent that. And there's Crabb dug up by Kanetaki. They're going to The near side. Flying in out of the back row, there's Brooke Sador.
Sador, after a slow start, started to put up some nice numbers. It's his 12th kill of the night. Only 4 errors, so he's hitting that 300 plateau.
Equaling Taylor Crabb with a match-high 12 kills. And now it's off the antenna point. Hawaii.
You know, this one thing about this Long Beach State team, there's no sign of panic at all or frustration. They just go back to their spot and say, okay, let's play the next play.
Of course, have the luxury of a 2-0 advantage as Jace Olsen delivers the service ace. And just like Hawaii did in the last set, they rallied back within 2. And a timeout called by Long Beach State. We'll take a TO with them. Back with a look at the American Savings Bank upcoming schedule. Tomorrow night, these two teams tangle, but not on television. Come on down, support the Rainbow Warriors in person. And then on January the 24th against UC San Diego, the Tritons in for 2. Then it's at UCSB, and then the Matadors. Cal State Northridge also on the road. And there's the roof, Joby Ramos and Taylor Averill. And Hawaii rallies to within 1.
And that might have been Connor Albright's best set of the night. He was backing up. He was clear on the other sideline. They threw out a pretty darn good set to Andrew Witt, but Joby Ramos just had the better block.
And Hawaii on a 4-point run because they had trailed it 15-10. Trying to get even. At the net. Capoto Fay with the little duck shot. Second tie of this set. The last time it was even, it was 1-all. And the biggest lead was 5. At 15-10, Hawaii has come back with 5 straight. This would be a statement for Hawaii. Crabb with a little fish shot. Look at Kane Take to keep it alive. And then Sador gets it over the net. Oh, what a great play by Kane Take. But then the finish by Long Beach State. Great point all the way around.
Credit Jace Olsen for ripping those serves. Those were fairly high-risk serves. Long Beach State was popping them up, but Jace had them back on their heels, and Long Beach State was not unable to run in-system plays like they like to.
And that rally has awakened the crowd. You could hear the chant of "Let's go Bows," and perhaps the adrenaline pumping a little bit too hard right now as Taylor Averill rips that one long. And it's 17-15. They don't want to let the beach get too far away right now. Need a side out. Ramos back to Averill, tries the roll shot, doesn't work. They'll try it again this time. Capoto Fay with the roll shot. Again, unsuccessful, and then pushing it down off of the hands of Fay is Connor Albright. And from 15-all, Long Beach State rolls off 3 of its own, and Charlie Wade calls timeout.
Kind of an awkward rotation for Hawaii right now. They've got Taylor Averill playing on the right instead of attacking in the middle. They're having him play on the right, which takes Brooke Sador out of that D ball on the right. And they've got Capoto Fay on the left. So with a bad pass, Capoto Fay is left to face 2, maybe 3 Long Beach State blockers. My guess is they've got to have Averill go back to the middle and start attacking back in the middle so that Brooke Sador can get back to hitting the D ball on the right.
Well, these same 2 teams will tangle tomorrow. And Hawaii trying to make sure that this one doesn't end early tonight. And the crowd kind of putting a little bit of pressure on the couple being shown up on the kiss cam. When they feature you on the kiss cam and you don't kiss, well, it better be your sister, right? If they put it on you and me, I'd be good for a hug. So Hawaii has dropped the first 2 sets. And there's Emily Hartong and Kayla Goodman in the stands. A couple of Rainbow Wahine players here to support the guys. Nice to see them. To 7 seniors that said aloha on senior night for the Wahine a month and a half ago. So back to serve it up for Long Beach State is going to be McKay Smith. He floats it in there. So Hawaii looking for that side out. Sador put right back down at him. And that is Taylor Gregory, the NCAA reigning national blocking champion. Now a run of 4 for Long Beach State after Hawaii went on a run of 5.
And Taylor Averill did go back into the middle attack so that Sador could get one. Let's see if he can go back to Sador again. No, it's a dump shot by Ramos.
Successful the first time he tried it. That shot by Beam on the Long Beach State falls short. And it'll be 16 serving 19. Johan Timmer in for Hawaii. And Hawaii in need of another run. Down 15-10, they put together 5 in a row to tie it up at 15. But then a 3-0 run by Long Beach State. Good serve. And Crabb, not a great set. Opportunity for Hawaii. Kupono Fei into the block, keeps it alive. Good quick hands by Fei. That ball was blocked right back down at him. And then that time, right inside Fei, and he couldn't keep that one up. And it's 20-16 49ers. Crunch time for the University of Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. Back to serve it up is going to be Edgar Palos. Excuse me, it's number 13, Taylor Gregory. And there's Sador, and Sador again flying in, now has 13 kills. And that is one more than Taylor Crabb.
Brooks are really hitting the ball well out of that back row. Sees the block well, sees that Taylor's taking his cross court, so he rips it down the line, and he knows how to celebrate.
Joby Ramos back to serve for Hawaii. Kupono Fei and Nefre Thomas both getting considerable playing time for Charlie Wade and the Rainbow Warriors tonight. And Ramos with a booming serve. Free ball Hawaii. There's Averill out of the back row, and then the block by Jeff Ornay. The 6'8" middle was right there on the spot.
Actually, pretty good transition play, setting the big. Thomas up quickly, and Ornay reaches over and takes Jace Olsen's cutback there. Nice block. Long Beach State has really done a tremendous job playing defense, both in the back row and their blocking.
21-17 now the score. Sador. And he's got a baker's dozen. That's 13.
Make it 14.
That's 14 now.
I think if Long Beach State looks back at this match and looks for their successes, they're definitely going to look at their defense. It's made the difference. Tremendous defense, front row and back row.
Back set Crabb. Kupono Fei puts it up. They're going to set it to Sador. Hangs there, and he's dug up by Albright. Crabb again. Kanetake puts it up in the air. They go back to Sador off the high hands, and chasing it down to the back row is Andrew Witt. Kanetake, another great dig. Best route of the night, Sador. Kupono Fei keeps it alive. Back to Sador, off the hands, and Hawaii gets the winner. They went to Brooks Sador.
If I'm not mistaken, it was 4 swings by Sador. Some of them, a couple of them were forced. A couple of them were the only place that Joby Ramos could go. In any case, Sador, I think, knew that block very well by the time he took his 4th swing.
White back within 2. Fei to serve it. Oh, just out. The service makes it 22-19.
An ace or a point there would have made it 20-21, would have been a different ball game. Now, kind of opens the door for Long Beach State to just side out their way to 25.
Crabb with a good serve. Kanetake, good pass. Sador dug up. Chance for Long Beach State. And now Hawaii with the advantage. There's Sador. Tries to bite off a little bit too much and hits it wide. He was right there on the right side, had a full court in front of him, but wanted to go down that line, and sometimes it looks so juicy. But it's a hard shot, and now Hawaii trails at 23-19, timeout called by Charlie Wade.
You know, Brook had the deep cross court open. He had the back middle open, area 6, and he chose to go down the line. And just, as you said, bit off more than he could chew. But credit Alan Knipe and the Long Beach State defense tonight. They're just, the block has been so good. It's forced Hawaii's hitters to do things they don't normally do. It's gotten Hawaii out of system. And they've had a pretty good serving game as well, good serving strategy. Hawaii hasn't passed as well as they normally do. Pretty much every phase of the game, the 49ers have outplayed Hawaii and deserve to be up 2-0 and to be up 23-19 here in the third.
Brooks Sador, who sat out a good portion of that UCLA match, even some of the Penn State, played himself, as you said.
He's bounced back pretty well, though, hadn't he?
Practiced hard, earned his starting spot back, and he has really been a bright spot for Hawaii with 15 kills on the night, hitting .250.
He's got 5 digs. He's the number 2 digger. Kanataki's got 10. Look on the other side of the court, though. Sato with 7. Albright with 7. Witt with 7. 33 digs to Hawaii's 25. 12 blocks to Hawaii's 8 blocks. That defense has been tough. And Taylor Crabb with 8 blocks to lead everybody.
By the way, right.
Yeah, oh, by the way. And on blocks, look at Ornay. He's got 6. Crabb's got 5. Satterfield 5. And they put up some tremendous numbers tonight. They're hitting 392 on the night. That's astronomical.
Hawaii, conversely, hitting 138 combined. And here's Taylor Crabb on the serve. Hawaii needs to be pretty perfect from here on out. Long Beach State, there's Crabb with a little fish shot out of the back row. And Efrain Thomas puts the roll shot back. Another chance for Hawaii. There's Jace Olsen. And that's a point for the Rainbow Warriors. They're back within 3.
Last time they were down 3 or 5, they came all the way back and tied it in mid-game there, around 15, wasn't it?
Right. They came back with a run of 5 to tied at 15. Long Beach State reeled off 3. And now Hendrik Moll back in there, the freshman out of San, Norway, to serve it up for Hawaii. Good serve. Tough position coming in off the bench. That ball is hit wide. Hawaii is within 2. Alan Knipe, the 11th year coach, thinking about a timeout. He's going to let it go one more. Hawaii still needs to be perfect here. Don't want to give up a side out. Cross court set. Hawaii has a chance here. They're going to set it up. Sador goes cross court. Didn't get a lot on it. And there's Moll, and unable to control. And that one is off his wrist and out, and now it is set 24-21, and Hawaii does have to be perfect for at least 3 points in a row. Jeff Ornay back to serve it. Set point, match point for Long Beach State. Off the top of the cable. Here's Sador off the hands and down. That's 1. They need 2 more.
We'll see if Brook can keep his serve in. He's had 3 errors of Hawaii's 10. If anybody could bring them back, if he decides to rip a few here, he's the guy who could get a couple aces.
Where do you draw the line versus ripping a serve versus you got to get it in because you can't afford to service it?
He's got to back off a little bit. He can't be serving his 100-mile-an-hour heater. He's got to get this one in and serve it away from Taylor Crabb.
Easier said than done because Crabb covers so much space. Seems whenever you serve it, he's there to receive it.
Yeah, and he's right in the middle of the court right now. I'm sure he'll take whatever he can get his hands on.
So again, match point again. Hawaii needs 2 points. And the serve is out, and that is it. He went for that fastball, and he came close, but the serve just long, and Long Beach State comes into the Stan Sheriff Center, and they win it in 3 straight. 25-17, 25-20, 25-22.
This is a team that's coming off a stinging loss to BYU last week. They're the unanimous MPSF preseason pick, unanimous ABCA #1 in the nation pick, and all of a sudden they go to BYU and lose. You get the feeling that hurt them, and when they came out and practiced this week, they were a little more focused, paid a little more attention, played with more intensity, and they put together a nearly flawless game plan for the night, hitting 363 on the night, out digging Hawaii, out blocking Hawaii, and pretty much had every one of their players have a pretty good match. You know, one of the real highlights, I think, was Ian Satterfield. Crab had his usual dozen kills, hitting 250, but Satterfield, 8 kills, no errors, hit 500 with 5 blocks.
And again, these same 2 teams tomorrow night, same place, same time, no TV. That means come on down here, watch them in person, get involved, because there's much more to University of Hawaii athletics than just what you see on TV. They really do a great job, I got to say, the marketing staff here. They create an event. It's more than just the match you see on TV. There's an event. There's things happening during every timeout and every break. So come on down here and support the University of Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. In the meantime, I want to head it on over to Scotty Robbs, who's standing by with head coach Charlie Wade.
Well, Charlie, I think Long Beach showed why they're probably one of the favorites to win it all this year.
Yeah, they came out really strong. You know, Siki got off to a slow start there, and once you get behind a little bit like that, it's really hard. You know, the scouting report kind of goes out the window because the setter can just free reign, can do whatever, and everything starts getting, you know, more difficult to defend. We never, you know, our big-time servers never really had a chance to get going where we could get any kind of point-scoring run, and, you know, never really happened. You lose 3-0, obviously.
You mentioned Siki getting off to a slow start. Kupono Faye got a lot of playing time because of that, but how come you didn't bring in Siki more often or leave him back in later on?
Well, I brought him back in at the end of set 2 and just give him a shot, and, you know, Kupono's been really good at practice, and it's early in the year, trying to be patient, let Kupono get out here. You know, he got a chance to play a little bit in the outrigger, and just want to see some of those young guys out here for a little more extended time.
How much did the dynamic change not having Nick West out there at the beginning of the match?
Well, he played great in the last few weeks, so, you know, that's another loss to us. But, you know, Davis is a good player. Frey came in and gave us a little bounce, so, you know, we just keep moving on.
Good thing is you get to play him again tomorrow night.
Yeah, and I think it'll look a lot more like set 3. The whole match will be a lot more competitive.
Great. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
Back to you, Dash.
All righty, thank you, Charlie Wade. Thank you, Scotty Robbs. And let's go and take a look at our Bank of Hawaii players of the match. Well, probably not a surprise on either side. Taylor Crabb with 12 kills, 5 blocks, 8 digs, and a whole lot of aloha. And Brooks Sador, 16 kills to lead all hitters, 5 digs, and ace. Unfortunately, 4 service errors, including the last one on match point. But Chris, it was a team that just came out, like you said, coming off that loss at BYU. 49ers a team on the mission, and maybe Hawaii was just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, I agree with Charlie. It was once they got off that 9-1 deficit to start the night, it was really difficult to come back, get people in the groove, get the setter to run any kind of an offense. Instead, the other setter, Albright, had a brilliant night, and he really, as Charlie said, free-wheeled it all night long. He could run any kind of offense he wanted. He got some pretty good passing out of his players, and he got some pretty good attacking numbers out of his outside hitters and middles.
And so that's that. And regardless of what happens on the court, always a pleasure to spend a little bit of time with you. Thank you very much, sir.
Thanks, Howard.
For Chris McLaughlin, Howard Deshevsky, for all of us here at OC Sports, thanks for watching, but don't go away. Much more to come. The post-game show coming up next from the Stan Sheriff Center. Thanks for joining us, everybody.